Good evening. This is the regular joint meeting of the Oakley City Council acting as the successor agency to the Oakley Redevelopment Agency and special meeting of the Oakley Public Finance Authority. This meeting is called to order at 6:30 p.m. Roll call. Councilmember Fuller.
Dr. Fuller is here.
Councilmember Meadows.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Vice Mayor Henderson.
Here.
And I am Shannon Shaw, present. We are going to move on to item 1.2, which is the Pledge of Allegiance. The Heritage High School Air Force JROTC. The mission of the AFJROTC program at Heritage High School is to develop citizens of character through a robust course of instruction in leadership, citizenship, aerospace, science, military drill, and fitness. Cadets earn rank and grow in responsibility over the course of 4 years, graduating prepared for cutting-edge careers and higher education. The program is open to students from Freedom, Liberty, and Heritage High Schools, and although it uses the military training model, military service is not required. Today's cadets are under the leadership of Cadet Master Sergeant Noah Timothy. All right, we are going to move on to item 1.3, which is the proclamation recognizing May 4th through 10th, 2025, and as Municipal Clerks Week. Kim Snodgrass, would you please meet me at the podium? All right. Whereas the Office of Professional Municipal Clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all, and whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community, and whereas professional municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meeting of their state, county, and international professional organizations, and whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk. Now therefore it be resolved that I, Shannon Shaw, Mayor of the City of Oakley, along with the members of the Oakley City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 4th through May 10th, 2025 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our professional municipal clerk and to all the professional municipal clerks for their vital service they perform and their exemplary dedication to communities they represent. Wow, that's a lot of words. Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to item 1.4, which is the update from the Oakley Library Manager, Lisa Canu Loomis.
Part 2 of National Library Week. I was here 2 weeks ago for the proclamation, but I wanted to give you an update on Contra Costa County Library and also Oakley Library specifically. Okay, so National Library Week is an annual celebration highlighting the valuable role libraries and library workers play in transforming lives and strengthening our communities. Did I get this the right direction? There. Okay, so our circulation of library materials continues to increase and is up 4%. Circulation of ebooks continues to rise as well. It's up 18% over fiscal year 22-23. So people are returning to the library in person more often. Numbers aren't back to pre-pandemic levels just yet, but they are up 6% over the 22-23 fiscal year. And visits to the library's website are up 22%. And our most popular books in 2024 are Elephant and Piggy's The Thank You Book. And it's about Piggy wanting to thank everyone she knows, but Elephant is afraid that she's going to forget someone important. Dog Man is a popular series by Dave Pilkey. It's a funny superhero graphic novel. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross is a fantasy romance book about two rival journalists who find love through a magical connection. And then there's War Among Gods and all of that stuff in there too. Let's see. Oh, and then the women. I forgot to include the women, I'm sorry. Let's see, so the Rolling Reader is an electric van that provides literacy services to children 0 to 5 years old in vulnerable communities. It celebrated its first year on the road in November 2024, and it has served over 13,000 people, given away over 7,000 books, issued 175 new library cards, and has driven over 6,000 miles. So Project Second Chance, the library's adult literacy program, celebrated 40 years last year. Over the last 4 decades, PSC has helped more than 6,500 adults improve their reading skills and achieve goals like getting a driver's license, passing the citizenship test, and reading to a grandchild. PSC has also trained more than 4,000 volunteer tutors who have given more than 500,000 hours helping neighbors to meet their literacy goals. So some of our new digital resources, there's O'Reilly. It's a collection of technology and business ebooks, audiobooks, courses, and videos for students, job seekers, entrepreneurs, general learners, and more. You boost personal and professional knowledge of topics like cloud computing, artificial intelligence, programming, cybersecurity, business strategy, marketing, and project management. There's Mango Languages, so start learning a new language with Mango. Choose from over 70 world languages, enjoy native speaker audio and cultural context that will fully immerse you in the language. Mango includes Little Pim for young children, American Sign Language, and English as a second language. Excuse me. And so the library now provides free access to consumerreports.org, a buying advice tool that can help you get the best deal or product. Use it to find reliable ratings and reviews for thousands of products. Also access money-saving advice and tips, buying guides, videos, and more. So participation in the summer reading program increased 21% from the previous year, and Lunch at the Library gave out a total of 13,575 571 meals and snacks at 9 library locations. So self-service Sundays launched in December at the Concord Library. Patrons can browse the collection and check out books, return items, pick up holds, connect to Wi-Fi, and use the space for studying and reading. You do need to pre-register, and you can do that at ccclib.org. The North Richmond lockers launch in April of 2024. They are housed inside the Corinne Sains Senior and Family Community Center. The library lockers are a self-service system offering convenient, contact-free access to pick up library materials. So library cards expire every 3 years. Historically, you had to visit a library in person to renew, which was a barrier for some people. So starting in May of last year, California residents with cards in good standing and less than 1 year expired may renew their accounts online as long as their address hasn't changed. Let's see, I hope there's supposed to be a video in here. Let's see if that happens. Oh, okay. So almost all, the majority of Contra Costa County libraries offer free scanning through our self-service Scan EZ stations. The services offered include scanning to email, USB, cloud services, smartphones, and QR codes, text translation, scan text to audio, and restore pictures using the document feeder or the flatbed scanner. So as long as this video works, it demonstrates scanning and sending a document to a smartphone using Oakley Library's self-service Scan Easy scanner. Nope, it didn't work. Oh my goodness. What's that? Yeah, that would be great. Let me go back. I think it's a really great video. It's only a minute. No. Okay. So from April 2024 through March of this year, the Oakley Library had 132 programs with over 3,600 participants. The programs included our ongoing programs like Alphabet Storytime, Lego Club, Rising Readers, and Sensory Playtime, and special celebrations such as Free Comic Book Days, Summer Reading, Latinx Hispanic Heritage Month, Halloween, Picture Book Month, and Black Children's Book Week. Oops. I'm sure I did that. Let's see. So literacy and reading. So when children are not reading at grade level by 3rd grade, they face lifelong challenges, including an increased risk of dropping out of school, unemployment, and incarceration. Here are some of the library programs that directly promote literacy and reading. So in Alphabet Storytime, toddlers and preschoolers learn the alphabet and gain other literacy skills such as print motivation, because kids that experience reading and books in a positive, fun way are more likely to want to learn to read. Let's see. And then preschoolers get ready for kindergarten at kindergarten countdown workshops and with take-home kits. I wanted to put out a thanks to the Friends of the Oakley Library for sponsoring the workshops with the Linda Pennock Fund. It's named after a former school librarian and Friends of the Oakley Library board member. And then there's Rising Readers for early elementary age children to build reading fluency and comprehension through fun literacy activities and games. And then I forgot to add up there, annual summer reading program, which encourages people of all ages to read over the summer, thus promoting a love of reading. This is especially important for students to prevent summer reading loss, otherwise known as summer slide. So you'll find Oakley Library staff out in the community. This past year, we visited preschools and participated in outreach events such as Big Breaks All Abilities Day, Juneteenth, and Summerfest. We were at the Oakley Senior Center Resource Fair and several different Oakley Union Elementary School Districts events like the Safety and Community Resource Fair and Read to Grow. And we participated in Vintage Parkway's Literacy Day, Read Across America at Almond Grove, and offered a literacy resources workshop for parents at Laurel Elementary. This school year, so from the beginning of the school year till the end of March, all second grade classes in Oakley Union Elementary School District, Orchard Park, and Knightson received a visit or visited the library to learn about the library and get a library card. Libraries and library cards provide students free access to physical and electronic library books and online resources for learning and leisure that are not available at home. So I am open to any questions.
Any questions from the council? Councilmember Fuller?
Yes, first comment is I'm so happy you have a disabled person in there. It always seems to be the wheelchair. That's another issue, but I'm glad you included that. Usually they're left out. The second one is two questions. Number one, if a person arrives at the library and uses like Word, are you saying that each person has their own cloud storage spot that they can go to?
But so if you are scanning something, you can save it as a Word document and then send it to yourself. So you would have to have your own cloud, you would sign up for your own cloud service like Google Drive or, I can't think of the other ones right now.
Yep, and the other one is, what's a library locker? You
A
said
what?
You had a spot in there for Richmond Library.
Oh, yeah. So I have only seen them in the pictures, but I imagine they're like the lockers, like if you're going to pick up an Amazon product at the store. So that's what I envision. I haven't been to it yet.
Okay, and the last one, are you using PowerPoint?
This time I did not use PowerPoint. I thought this is going to be so much easier, and you can see it wasn't.
I understand what you're saying. I'm glad you mentioned closed captioning, and what I found is with the new PowerPoint, the upgraded, maybe you already know that if you're using your own speaker, it will put in your closed captioning.
Oh.
Which I hope that when we get our new equipment, that they just might be able to hook up a mic with a person presenting, not only that mic, but the mic that's next to them. So it'll be their own mic. And when you're talking, it's very, how can I say, modern? I like it a lot. So I'm just, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Councilmember Williams?
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything until I saw the picture of Brentwood here instead of Oakley. I can't wait till we can have a nice picture in our library. So you mentioned that there were 132 programs with 3,684 participants. That's up from previous years or about on par with what you guys typically do?
I will have to come back.
Okay, that's fine. No problem.
With numbers for you.
No problem. And do you know... I mean, again, it's a number about that, but do we know how much of that is unique participation? And what I mean is, do we find that it's the same people coming to everything, or is it kind of a great mix of both? Like new visitors and...
Right. It is a mix of both, although we do have regular patrons who come, like story time, they come at every story time.
Yeah.
But then we do get new people come in.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot with that.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to move on to item 2, which is public comment. At this time, public comments will be heard for items not on the agenda. I do have a public speaker card submitted. To submit a public comment, please complete a blue speaker card located in the lobby and submit it to the city clerk. The time limit to speak is 3 minutes. The time limit is monitored by the timer located in front of the mayor's seat. And when 1 minute remains on the timer, it will beep. As a reminder to complete your comments before your time expires, please refrain from any applause, cheering, booing, or other outbursts so that everyone may have an opportunity to be heard. Note that due to provisions of state law, the council may not engage in dialogue regarding comments. Staff may be directed to respond to persons making public comments. I also wanted to note that I do have 2 online comments that have been received and will be submitted into the meeting record. Roger Mammon.
Mayor Shaw and City Council, good day. On March 24th, the Delta Stewardship Council was going to have a hybrid meeting where people could show up in person in Sacramento or join by Zoom. And 2 days before the meeting was supposed to happen, they went totally Zoom because they had so many people, and I'll show you the list of people that wanted to talk for the Delta. And this list is probably a little bit short because the instructions to participate from the Department of Water Resources were very sketchy and hard to understand. At Restore the Delta, we got a lot of comments from people saying, what do we do? How can we participate? But we did get some people there. And the meeting started on Zoom, but it was immediately hacked. And, oh, you didn't know that? It was hacked. You can talk to Anissa about that, but you're lucky you didn't participate. Let me put it that way. So they canceled the meeting and said that they would restart it at 1 o'clock once they figured out how to keep the hackers out. And then everybody's waiting around, and at 3 o'clock they said, no, we're canceling the thing altogether. So we decided that we needed to do something about that as far as being able to participate, because it was kind of like taking a DMV test, like trick questions and stuff. So myself and another member went up to Sacramento, and we let the people at the State Water Resources Control Board know that they needed to make things a lot easier. I see them running out of time, so we did find out finally that they're going to allow public comments on May 19th, but they did not stop the process and allowed the Delta Conveyance Project people speak before us. Another thing is we have the golden mussels here in the Delta. They're invasive. We're the only state that has them right now. And the state of California has started a golden mussel response framework, and there's 24 pages of what they plan on doing about the golden mussels, and the Department of Fish and Wildlife is offering a $1 million grant to facilities that have.
Thank you.
Okay.
To be continued.
Continue?
No, we'll continue it at another meeting, or you can submit it to us on email.
I can do that.
Perfect.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, next we have Oak Johnson.
Good evening. My name is Oak Johnson, and I'm the Executive Vice President for Wynn Residential, an affordable housing operator here in Oakley. I'm pleased to be back before the council this evening to provide a brief update on the status of the Oaks Apartments during the first few months of 2025. Since the start of the year, we have welcomed 48 new households to the Oaks, accounting for 98 new residents. These are all individuals that moved in from other jurisdictions and are now residents here at the City of Oakley. That's supported almost one new move-in every other day, as the property continues to serve as a vital resource for affordable housing in the community. Like so many businesses, we have had some staff turnover in 2025, having to replace 2 maintenance positions. Pleased to say that both replacements were hired within 45 days of the positions becoming vacant. We also have 2 office positions, which we are in the process of hiring, and have 2 great candidates lined up. We continue to focus on maintenance for the community in order to take care of our residents. I'm happy to report that all of the elevators are functioning after several required significant repairs. The combinations of part and vendor availability make that process take longer than anybody wants. We appreciate the patience that the residents have shown. Elevator repairs nationwide are a headache for operators of apartment communities due to the chronic supply chain issues that continue. Unfortunately, just last night, we had an elevator go down. Luckily, and through the hard work of our staff and our vendor, we were able to get that elevator functioning today. So it was down for about 12 hours, maybe 18. But we were very happy that we were able to get it working again the next day. Additionally, the issues causing the fire alarm systems and several of the buildings to malfunctions were resolved, and the annual fire hydrant testing has been completed successfully. We appreciate the efforts of the Contra Costa Fire Protection District as they ensure our residents are safe. The dedicated management team at the Oaks has also continued to meet with residents on a monthly basis to discuss ideas for improving the quality of life. This was a suggestion from the City Council last year, and specifically, our regional property manager, Reina Benuelos, has hosted 20 meetings with our residents since the start of the year. She continues to meet with the buildings individually to give them adequate time to discuss their needs. In response to those meetings, the residents have suggested, and we are implementing 2 specific issues. One is 2 more designated smoking areas that are being added to the community away from the property doors. 25 feet away from any door, window, or egress is required by the City of Oakley ordinance. We are also moving to expand the number of dedicated visitor parking spaces. These should be available very soon. In the meantime, unauthorized vehicles are being tagged and towed on a regular basis. We continue to work closely with the police department to strengthen security in the community and seek to trespass orders to deter vagrants from coming onto the property. We appreciate the partnership and teamwork that local law enforcement has shown that we have brought when we have brought issues to their attention, specifically that of Chief Beard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, seeing no further public comment, we're going to move on to item 3, which is council member comments. Please remember that there is also 3 minutes to speak, which will be regulated by the timer. Any council members have any comments? All right, seeing none, we will move on to the consent calendar.
And I'll remove the remainder of them.
All right. So we have item 4.1 being pulled with the remainder moved.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, item 4.1, Councilmember Fuller.
Yes, I do believe we can be more transparent with our minutes, and we've, abbreviated them beyond comprehension in many of them. So I will vote no.
Move approval 4.1.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Passes 4-1. All right, public hearings, we have none. Regular calendar 6.1, annual report of military equipment usage 2024. Paul Beard, Chief of Police.
Madam Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, today is the time of year that we go over our annual military usage in the police department. Our policies and our practices are governed by Assembly Bill 481, which was drafted in 2001. Assembly Bill 481 requires that the police department works with city council or whatever body they answer to sign off on policies, equipment purchases, and best practices for the equipment that we are using. In 481, there are several pieces of equipment that are identified as military equipment. For the Oakley Police Department, we only use 3 pieces that are deemed to be military equipment. Those are patrol rifles, less lethal launchers, and unmanned aerial vehicles, which are more commonly known as drones. As we speak here today, we happen to have 42 allotted sworn slots for the police department. We also have 42 rifles owned by the police department. So we have met our goal of having 1 rifle for each sworn slot, which is something that we were striving for. Each rifle has a present day value of roughly $2,600. The rifles themselves do not cost that much money, but to our rifles we add the magazines, the electronic optics, slings, and carry bags, which does raise the overall price of the unit price. We have a total of 4 drones. Those range in price from $909 to just over $5,700. The 2 that are at $909, those are, they are smaller. They're designed to be more mobile and portable, to be operated out of essentially the trunk of a patrol vehicle. The more expensive drone is more or less kept here at the PD, and we will bring that out when we have more of a known operation or a special event. It has better flight capability, better cameras, and that sort of thing. We have a total of 7 40-millimeter launchers. 5 of those are single-shot launchers at a value of $1,100. 2 of those are multi-shot launchers, and they can carry a total capacity of 4 rounds in them, and both of those cost $2,100. Last year, we had 5 patrol rifle training sessions, and we try to train on our drone on a monthly basis, but last year we had 8 drone training sessions. Those drone training sessions last about 2 hours each. The rifle training sessions last 4 hours each, roughly. Last year, the total application of our military equipment consisted of drones and drones only. We used them 12 times in such operations as armed persons, stolen vehicles, missing persons, and anytime we were serving a search warrant at a house. On an annual basis, we statistically track to see if we are getting any complaints on the usage of our military equipment. Last year, we received no complaints related to military equipment. An audit of our military equipment and our practices was done by Lieutenant Roberts last week, and he was able to confirm that all of our practices were within policy. Next year, I plan on buying 6 patrol rifles, 15,000 training rounds of the ammunition for the patrol rifles, and 2,000 duty rounds for the patrol rifles. The reason I'm going to buy 6 rifles next year is because we're also going to retire 6 patrol rifles, still keeping us at the number of 42 rifles for 42 sworn spots. The 6 rifles we will be retiring will be the same rifles that we carried with us from the sheriff's office. Our oldest rifle was issued to us by the county in 2004, and it's just time to rotate that older stock out. The good news is patrol rifles, you can count on about a 15-year lifespan. After the purchase of these rifles, I do not foresee the need to purchase rifles in the near future. It'll be a matter of years, unless we add staff. I would only add rifles as per staff needs. And in accordance with AB 481, we will hold a community meeting to present the same information on May 8th at 6 o'clock in this room right here. And with that, I am open to any questions.
Any questions for staff? Councilmember Williams?
My button is so defective, everybody. I just want everybody to know that. It's not me. So you said that last year the only thing that we used or you guys used were drones. So that means you didn't fire a rifle for any, you didn't need to for anything outside of training.
Outside of training, we did not fire our rifles
Great.
or the less lethal launchers.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, any public comment? Seeing none, any discussion, or is there a motion that we need? Are we accepting this?
I move approval of the report.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, moving on, 7.1, City Manager.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, members of the City Council. I got one piece of good news to report. We received word today from FEMA that the annex to the county's local hazard mitigation plan that you all adopted a short time ago was reviewed and approved by FEMA. So now it's officially adopted by FEMA, and the importance of that and the good news is we are now able to be eligible for projects under their hazard mitigation assistance program. So that will help us in the future as we further bolster our emergency preparedness. And it might help in addition to our library project as we plan to build some community center space that could double as a new EOC. We could potentially be eligible for grant funds for that EOC under this program now that we have an adopted annex through FEMA. So I just wanted to bring attention to that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We will move on to 7.2, which is City Council reports. Do any council members have anything to? Vice Mayor Henderson.
Since our last meeting, I attended Iron House Sanitation's meeting.
Councilmember Williams.
Dude. Okay, since our last meeting, tri-chamber mixer. I attended the East Bay Leadership Council where we had a conversation with Dan Walters. I was hoping Roger would still be here, but he was giving status on California's fundamental issues, which include a lackluster economy, a stagnant job market, water issues, especially around the Delta, homelessness and affordable housing shortage. He did want to remind us that none of this actually has to do with our federal administration, and he hopes that anyone running for governor in 2026 will focus on addressing those issues rather than just being the loudest opposition to the current administration. He gave a great overview of California having great ideas, but not thinking about the long-range consequences and planning. California is currently tied with Michigan for the highest unemployment rates. He did have a lot to say about the Delta, and while he realizes that there is a push for the tunnels and that he thinks that that is something that our current administration would want, he said that he believes the Delta will collapse, the levees will collapse before the tunnel's ever built because they're in such bad shape and are too expensive to fix. So he was very light and uplifting. We also had a policy roundtable with our Senator Chris Cabaldon. It included people from Discovery Bay, Brentwood, Contra Costa College, district and county representatives, as well as our mayor and myself. I also went to the Cesar Chavez Awards. We had somebody from our own town get an award. Our Lydia Fernandez, our student and family engagement specialist from Oakley Union Elementary School District. I attended the Community Day of Service. We had an amazing turnout. I want to thank the staff. They went over and above any expectations, and I keep hearing great things about it, and everybody's suggesting projects for next year, so everybody has to buckle up. I also attended our budget retreat. I went to the Contra Costa Central Committee. I met with, I had a planning meeting with the Oakley Chamber for our second annual Summerfest parade, so we have that to look forward to. And I was also invited to join the 20th anniversary class of 2025 for the California Civic Leadership Institute. So that is my report.
Councilmember Meadows.
Since the last meeting, I attended CCTA meeting, MCE meeting last Thursday where we approved authorizing a $1.3 billion bond that will help lower the rates by $6+ million a year for our ratepayers. Attended the ribbon cutting of the Vintage Park, along with Councilmember Williams. Which was great to see because, are you feeling left out?
No, I
Mayor
have,
Shaw too. You can still talk. So, which was great to see because that park was in bad shape, and I had heard it for many years from neighbors. So it was good to see that the park was redone. And then I also attended the Day of Service.
all right. And on the 9th, the Vintage Park Playground ribbon cutting with the school district. Thank you for getting that put together. The Chamber Mega Mixer later that evening at Brownstone Garden. I did attend the roundtable with Senator Cabaldon and the Cesar Chavez Award ceremony at LMC. And Linda Fernandez, she actually won one of 3 awards, and hers was the Educator Award. Oakley's first day of service, I did make it to all 5 sites, and I also want to thank staff and all the volunteers that came out to make that happen. The Cal Cities East Bay Division Board meeting, and this year's City Pack event is going to change from bocce to a cornhole tournament in San Ramon. And then later that night, the Cal Cities East Bay Division meeting where we had Senate Pro Tem Mike McGuire along with Senator Tim Grayson talking about the budget and the wildfire updates. And while I did not make it to the Community Violence Solutions, our own Detective Brandon Michael Gill was honored there. So I wanted to mention that. I think that is amazing and all the work that he's been doing. And tomorrow through Friday, I will be in Sacramento at the City Leaders Summit. And that is all I have. We will move on to 7.2B, request for future agendas. All right, seeing none. Work sessions, we have none. Closed session is public employee performance evaluation pursuant to Government Code Section 54954.5E, Title City Manager, and conference with labor negotiators, agency designated representatives, Mayor Shaw, Vice Mayor Henderson, City Attorney Cole, and represented employee, City Manager. We will be adjourning after closed session. So I wanted to thank everyone for joining us, and we will see you next time.